any negative people, just eliminate them. I had so many people tell me when I first got into wrestling, you're too small, you're too this, you're too that. And I'll never forget, I had a really good relationship with the pastor in my church. And when I was it was like a Anglican church, so it wasn't like an altar boy, but you would be involved. I was a Sunday school teacher, and I was in the church, and the pastor, priest, told everybody that Chris is leaving. He's going to Calgary to become a wrestler, and I'll never forget people started laughing, kind of like, and maybe in 1990 that was a really weird thing to say, but I'll never forget my attitude of they're laughing at me. I'm going to prove all of them wrong. To this day, it still makes me mad. It still pisses me off that they would laugh at somebody who had a dream. And I might as well have said I wanted to become a merman or a sword swallower or a mime. Oh, well, that's crazy. So I think that really kind of made me feel a certain way. And then while I was training for wrestling, my mother had a really serious accident that she was very, very, very badly injured. And I was thinking, well, I'm going to move back home to Winnipeg from Calgary and take care of her. And she said, no, you can't give up on your dreams for me, and you can't quit. And just taking that, well, if I'm going to give up, trying to take care of my mother, then I have to make it. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts, but there's no secondary plan for me. And when I went to Calgary and trained for 3 months, at the end of that 3 months, half the guys in my class had dropped out. The other half just went back to their homes, and me and Lance Storm stayed because there was no backup. There was no going back home to Winnipeg or going back home to the family or doing this or doing that. It was, well, now what do we do? Well, there's a wrestling show in 2 months in Ponoka, Alberta. Let's get ready for that. So that was always kind of the dichotomy there, where it was I know that this is going to be hard, but I don't care. I'm going to do it. And then with each little step that I took, you get further and further up the ladder and higher up the food chain, and then suddenly it becomes your job. And that's the same thing that happened when we started Fozzy. Instantly people are like, oh, you'll never do this, or you're a wrestler, you can't possibly be a singer, or come on, seriously? And I just was I don't care what you think. And 13 years later, especially over the last 4 or 5 years of really, really working on this, I've been through it before. I went through it before when I was starting wrestling. I went through it before when I got to the WWE, when people underestimated me. And it's I know what we can do as a band because I know what we've done before. I know what I've done before, and you can feel it. If I wanted to be the center for the Los Angeles Lakers, probably not going to happen. It's kind of out of your zone. But all the stuff that I've ever committed to, I know that I can do it. And that's another reason why I just don't give up until it happens. I don't take no for an answer. Hey, this is Chris Jericho, live in Louisville, right here. Big show tonight. You are watching Beliefnet.com. Check it out. Listen to all of my blabbering. I got a really lot of cool stuff to say. And check out Fozzy's new record, Sin and Bones, as well. But more importantly, just love each other.